Hey guys, welcome back to the channel McNallie Money, home of all things stock, investment, and personal finance related. Now for today's video, we're going to be introducing you to a medical device company by the name of BioSig Technologies. I'm really excited to talk about this one for a number of reasons we're going to discuss in today's video. But before we do, please take a second, hit the like button, you guys. It's a huge help to myself and the channel. If you're not already subscribed, McNallie Money, feel free to do so. And let me know in the comment section below if you're currently holding shares of BioSig, if you've heard of this company before, and how you think it stacks up to some of the other players in this space. Now with that being said, let's get into today's video. Okay guys, so that's right. Today's video, we're going to be taking a look at BioSig Technologies Incorporated, trades on the NASDAQ in the US under the ticker symbol BSGM. And as discussed in the intro, this is a medical device company that's got a lot of really exciting things going for them. Now this is as of close on Friday, August 26th. You can see they were down about 6% on the day, or 7 cents per share, to close out at $1.08 US. And in after hours, you can see they've regained a little bit of that, 1 cent, or up about 1% per share. Now, over the last 6 months, if we bring up a chart, you can see BioSig Technologies has actually held up pretty well compared to the overall or macroeconomic environment. And what's really interesting is since the 1st of August, or the start of the month, this company has rallied tremendously. On August 1st, shares were trading hands at 59 cents. And again, even with the pullback we saw during today's session, shares are now valued at closer to $1.10. So a lot of big things happening and a lot to be excited about in terms of BioSig Technologies. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with BioSig Technologies and the electrophysiology market or space overall, I wanted to kick the video off by taking a look at their corporate website, so biosig.com. I'll leave a link in the video description below and giving you guys a little bit of a background in terms of what this company does and how this organization came to be. So if we jump into the About Us section, you can see BioSig is a pioneer in the signal processing solution sector. At BioSig, we're working to develop and deliver the advanced signal processing solutions that will unlock the future of bioelectronic medicine, starting with their Pure EP system. And we're going to talk about this system in more detail as we move through today's video. You can see EP is an abbreviation for electrophysiology, and that's really the market in which this company, or BioSig, is looking to address. We built BioSig to achieve this vision with a strong commitment to research, a world-class leadership team, which we're going to reference, and a network of expert partners. And we're actually going to talk about a huge partnership this company signed back in March towards the end of today's presentation. We are now achieving important milestones as we prepare to enter the fast-growing electrophysiology market, but our aspirations reach even further, to lead one of the most innovative and most promising frontiers in healthcare. And as we're going to see in today's presentation, a number of the biggest companies in the world, a lot of these are actually tech companies, are starting to flood into the medical space because there's so much opportunity here. Now, in terms of how this company came to be, they were actually founded all the way back in 2009, and in their initial 10 years of operation, they developed that first of its kind technology, which is the Pure EP product. They attracted significant investment. They conducted their preclinical studies with centers of excellence and signed a 10-year strategic agreement with the Mayo Clinic, all while developing a robust IP, or intellectual property, portfolio. Now in 2018, they actually received FDA 510 clearance for their Pure EP system, and that's when they actually uplisted to the NASDAQ exchange, that's the ticker we just looked at in the intro, and completed their first clinical trials. So the groundwork, or the foundation, at BioSig Technologies has really been put in place, and now looking into the future, they're on a solid path to commercial growth, which we're going to discuss. They're publishing more clinical results, they're expanding their product pipeline, and they're starting to grow internationally. And that's exactly why I think this is the perfect time to take a look at this company as a potential investment opportunity. Now, in terms of that market opportunity, you can see tapping into the fast-growing EP market, which again stands for electrophysiology. So they go on to say BioSig Technologies is a medical device company commercializing a proprietary technology platform designed to improve the $8 billion billion EP marketplace, so absolutely massive addressable market here, or TAM, and by 2028, the EP marketplace is expected to reach $16 billion with a compound annual growth rate in excess of 11%. So there's no wonder why so many companies and investors are now looking at this space. Now, past the EP marketplace, they also hope to expand their applications or their technology to address new disease areas and markets and help bring the promise of bioelectronic medicine to millions of patients worldwide. So you guys know I love companies that you can feel good about investing in, and that's exactly what you're getting with BioSig Technologies, as they're on this mission to really improve the lives of millions of people around the world. And I should mention, again, for those of you who are unfamiliar, electrophysiology is really a branch of physiology that studies the electrical properties of biological cells. So primarily here, what we're looking at, you guys, are tests or devices that can be used to evaluate your heart's electrical system and check for abnormal heart rhythms or a multitude of other conditions. So really cutting edge technology that's now being used in the medical field to better understand the heart's electrical system and quickly check for these abnormalities. So with that being said, and now that we understand what BioSig's all about, how this company came to be, a little bit about their history and their mission moving forward, I wanted to jump over to this article from Market News Dispatch. Again, I'll leave a link to this article in the video description below if you want to go in and take a closer look for yourself. The article reads, or is titled, "Big Tech Wants a Piece of This Potential $658 billion Global Medical Device Market." So again, the numbers we're talking about here are absolutely mind-blowing. And here's why that development could hand BioSig Technology investors an approximate 800+% payday. Now, the first thing listed in this article is actually a big development that came out in March. So this talks about that partnership I referred to a little bit earlier between BioSig and a company by the name of Summit Blue Capital. So we're actually going to talk about that next up in the video, but that's definitely a major catalyst for this company moving forward in terms of financing or leasing their equipment. So more to come on that in a second here. But before we get into that, I wanted to dig into this article in a little bit more detail. So major tech companies are now aggressively moving into the medical device market, as we've talked about on this channel previously. This includes some of the biggest companies in the world. So Amazon, Meta Platforms, Apple, Alphabet, all want a piece of the action. And again, that market overall or combined is estimated by 2028 to be worth nearly $658 billion worldwide. Now, it's no surprise that a lot of people are really starting to take their health seriously and actively think about health conscious decisions. With medicine and healthcare having more of a grip on our everyday lives than ever before, the interest and the demand in the healthcare industry specifically has absolutely skyrocketed. And that's why some of these huge companies like Amazon, like Facebook, Apple are getting involved in this space because they see that opportunity specifically related to medical devices. And on the investment side of things, we've also seen a lot of attention and interest in these type of companies. So Edwards Life Science Corporation, for example, jumped about 52% from its low in October of 2020 to its high in March of this year. So jumped from about $71 to just over $108. So again, a great example of investor attention. And a Biomed rallied about 25% from the lows they saw in 2020, again to March of this year, where they saw their shares trading hands north of $317. So again, there's a lot of appetite from the investment community to find companies that are involved in the medical device space and really start to invest and put some money into this sector. And that's exactly what leads us to BioSig Technologies, which is another one of these candidates to consider holding in your portfolio. So it's underrated, it's under the radar, and may represent an undervalued play that could do very well, similar to some of the other stocks we've seen in this space. Now, the article then goes on to lay out 4 specific reasons, which we're going to discuss, why they feel BioSig Technologies should be on your watch list. So number 1 is BioSig Technologies is in the perfect position to help millions of patients struggling with some of these conditions, as we saw on their website. So right now, 1 in 18 Americans suffers from what's known as cardiac arrhythmia. Atrial fibrillation is the most common type, and this actually affects 33 million people worldwide, which includes 6 million individuals in the United States alone. So according to the CDC, or the Centers for Disease Control, atrial fibrillation causes more than 750,000 hospitalizations in the US each and every year, and results in approximately $6 billion in healthcare spending each year. So again, a huge opportunity not only in the United States, but internationally, and that's exactly why BioSig Technologies is now looking to expand their operations on an international scale. Now, it's widely known that increased awareness and better diagnostic tools could help millions of these patients actually improve their lives or give advance notice to some of these problems like stroke, for example, and results can potentially help a doctor decide if they need medication, a pacemaker, a defibrillator, or cardiac ablation to actually resolve these issues. And that's exactly the opportunity that BioSig Technologies has set out to address. So that's why the company exists, and they're really revolutionizing this process with their proprietary technology. And again, you'll see reference to their flagship product, which is the Pure EP system, which they note is the key to the kingdom. So the Pure EP system is a computerized system designed to reveal the full range of cardiac signals and provide physicians with signal clarity during procedures to address cardiac arrhythmias. And again, that's just another word for an irregular heartbeat or an abnormal electrical signal. So not only does this technology allow BioSig to participate in that huge global medical device market, but it also has the opportunity to get them involved in the rapidly emerging field of bioelectronic medicine. And that segment alone, back in 2020, was estimated to be worth $25 billion, again with a compound annual growth rate in excess of 10%. So to summarize reason one, a huge addressable market, millions of people who need help, with BioSig Technologies being in the perfect spot at the perfect time. Now, reason two is labeled a potentially game-changing product. So this really talks about some of the ways that their Pure EP device has differentiated itself from others in this field. And some of the gaps or opportunities this product looks to address include improving signal clarity through a reduction of noise and artifacts, minimizing the need for repeat procedures, which can be timely and costly, preserving important clinical information, shortening the procedure times, increasing confidence in performing these complex ablations, and offering a customizable user control interface for a better understanding of ECG and intracardiac signals. So as you can see by this list, there's a number of concerns in the industry that aren't currently being met, and BioSig's Pure EP device is really looking to solve a number of these concerns. And that's really represented in this quote here. The electrocardiograms used today can be riddled with noise and artifacts coming from other equipment found in the operating room. Such a procedure can take up to 6 hours, potentially yielding what is referred to in the industry as a dirty signal that's indiscernible to interpret by many electrophysiologists. So BioSig's Pure EP was developed to address unmet needs in a large and growing market, which we just talked about, and they also intend to leverage this technology to improve a number of other treatments that are currently missing the mark. Now, what that really means in terms of the benefits that the Pure EP system provides is a signal processing platform that's designed to reveal the full range of cardiac signals and provide electrophysiologists with signal clarity during their procedures, the ability to refine signal clarity by reducing signal noise with higher precision, the potential to allow surgeons to work far more accurately, decreasing the probability of repeat procedures and increasing procedure safety, and then finally the ability to enable electrophysiologists to see more signals and analyze them in real time. So a number of real-world practical benefits by using the Pure EP platform compared to some of its predecessors. And I should note the Pure EP system integrates seamlessly with a lot of the existing EP labs and their existing workflows. So it's fully compatible, it's complementary with the recording systems, the mapping systems, the robotic equipment, and the various different display panels, which really cuts down not only on the amount of time this takes, but also the cost to get this system up and running. Now, the third reason why Market News Dispatch is so excited about BioSig Technologies really has to do with that FDA clearance that we referenced a little bit earlier in the video. So you can see number 3 states with full FDA clearance, Pure EP's clinical results are wowing the world, and the most prestigious medical centers are now taking notice of this technology. So we already discussed their 10-year strategic agreement with the Mayo Clinic, and since then they've now completed completed over 1,500 patient cases using the Pure EP system through 13 clinical sites, representing more than 70 different medical physicians. Now, in addition to that, the Pure EP system has now been installed in the Texas St. David's Medical Center, the Mayo Clinic's Florida campus, Massachusetts General Hospital, the University of Pennsylvania, and the Deborah Heart and Lung Center, with a number of other prestigious medical centers recently signing on to try out this technology. Now, Kenneth Londoner, who's the CEO of BioSig Technologies, goes on to say, in order for any new medical technology to be widely adopted and accepted, strong prospective clinical study results are necessary. The results from the Pure EP 2.0 study clearly validate the clinical importance of our technology and position the company for continued growth and success. We are grateful for the many physician investigators and research staff who have participated in this study and look forward to continuing our clinical work to advance the field of electrophysiology and bioelectronic medicine. And you can see the results really speak for themselves. So compared to conventional systems, the Pure EP platform was seen as equivalent or equal or superior for 93.6% of signal samples, with 75.2% of physicians who used this system giving it an overall superior rating. So this to me was super impressive. Not only the list of hospitals and centers that are now opening their doors to this technology, but just the results and how accurate the Pure EP system is compared to some of the more legacy platforms. And that really leads us to reason number 4, which is the actual investment opportunity with BioSig Technologies. So with a $13 price target, Laidlaw & Company could see a 400+% potential upside for this stock, and a tendency to rally rapidly could make BioSig Technology the value play of the generation. So as we talked about in the intro, this company is currently trading just north of $1 US, which are well off the highs we saw for this stock back in 2021 and the all-time high we saw at $12.43 in May of 2020. And that's where they're calculating that 800+% return. So if we look at the current share price, at the time this article was put together, BioSig was trading at $1.44. If you compare that to the $13 price target, you can see there's massive upside potential in this company if this bullish thesis comes to fruition. And that's really where Market News Dispatch summarizes the article. They talk about these big tech companies flooding into the medical device space, the opportunity, the addressable market, the number of patients that really need these type of solutions, and the fact that BioSig Technologies already has all the ingredients in place to capitalize on this huge opportunity, not to mention the discount that their shares are currently trading at. Now, to close out today's video, I did want to quickly run through that news article that was published on March 29th. Again, talks about BioSig Technologies partnering with a company by the name of Summit Blue Capital to provide equipment leasing services. So what's really exciting about this announcement is it opens up a lot of opportunity to get their Pure EP system into the hands of more and more centers and physicians. And that's through various different leasing and financing options or programs available through Summit Blue Capital. So Summit Blue Capital is a Minneapolis-based lender in equipment finance and leasing options. It offers tailored leasing and financing solutions for its partners and clients in industries such as healthcare, manufacturing, hospitality, tech solutions, and more. So again, Kenneth Londoner, who's the CEO of BioSig, goes on to say, we believe that partnering with Summit Blue Capital will have considerable benefits to our commercial plans. We intend to take advantage of the Summit team's expertise, flexibility, and financial solutions as a leasing partner. We believe this relationship will help take friction out of the sales cycle and advance our timeline while allowing BioSig to get paid upfront per installation. The team at Summit Blue Capital is expected to also help us launch a subscription-based revenue model for their software. So obviously one of the big issues with these medical device companies is the upfront cost for a lot of these platforms, and by partnering up with Summit Blue Capital, again, it opens up a lot of new optionality and doors for people looking to get their hands on this Pure EP system. So for those reasons, you guys, I definitely think BioSig Technologies is worth a closer look, especially if you're looking for exposure to the healthcare, medical, or medical device sector. This company has got a long history in the industry. They've already achieved a number of key milestones, and they're really starting to put their foot on the gas in terms of getting their flagship product, which is that Pure EP platform, in the hands of physicians and centers to make a meaningful impact on patient lives. Now, I'd be super curious to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think about this technology? Are you currently holding shares of BioSig? And how do you think they stack up to some of the other players in this space? If you're still watching the video at this point, hopefully you found some value, so make sure you hit the like button. And if you're not currently subscribed to the channel, McNallie Money, feel free to do so. That's all for now. Thanks so much for watching and have a great rest of your day.